Please accept my gratitude for a great work you are doing for this very noble cause and a great commitment, which itself is really agenda for the FIH. If I think most of you, especially Jill and Gino and Laura, they know we have launched the engagement and empowerment strategy, and I think that is a strong pillar for us. Uh, and this is a great initiative to just promote more inclusivity and equal opportunity for all our stakeholders. Uh, you name it, anything, hockey ID or hockey, para hockey, or I think that is a very important community for all of us. Very important, very close to my heart. And the people who are driving these initiatives are also very, very close to our work at FIH with our colleagues. And I must mention not many names here, but especially Norman Hughes, our former Olympian, who has driven this initiative to an extent today that today we are proud that we are recognized body who really give values to inclusivity and equal opportunity. I think with our partners, Special Olympics and moving forward, maybe Paralympics, okay, and that is something very important, and we value that partnership for our young athletes. Within very short span of time, Norman, together with Andre, Mike, and all of you, we have developed a huge package of resources working with continental federations, which also receive my gratitude and appreciation from our side for their great work and bridging the gap among with this thing, which is I don't say it is new thing for us, but there is many opportunities lying ahead of us. So I think that is important. I will not take that long, but we are moving in the right direction. And these kind of initiatives and participation and all our objectives need some more motivation, more energy, which all of you already have. But something is a great milestone is for our first ever 2026 para hockey ID World Cup. So that this is where you are going to deliberate today some further discussions around the whole project itself and how we will shaping up and providing a global opportunity for our young athletes to participate and showcase our sport in that direction. It will be parallel to uh, Hockey World Cup 2026. Okay, and this is the note I received from Norman. But I would say that Hockey World Cup 2026 will be an event parallel to Para ID Hockey World Cup. So let me just switch to that. It is so important for us because it satisfies much more other values than only watching, playing, and performing hockey. Okay, and there where that is the value which I admired. I'm full of gratitude. I am at your disposal. One call away. Gino know very well. Okay, and I am at your disposal anytime. With these words, I would just hand over back to Norman and Andre to start your proceedings. Thank you very much. Enjoy your afternoon and evening.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Yeah, we've got a great supporter and in our current president. So a big thank you to you and your board for the actions you're taking. We want to be slick on this call because obviously it's unsociable times for many parts of the world. So I'll go straight on to sharing with you the global resources that have been developed thanks to a working group that Gino, the president of Czech Republic, got together. The Love is All project hopefully is now launched and developed resources that all of us, wherever we are in the world, can make use of. So over to you, Gino.
Thank you, Norman. I'm going to share, just checking if somebody can say if you can see my screen now with the FIH Academy page.
Yes. Yes, we can.
Great.
Gino, just remember to tick the audio box because of that video.
did.
Thank you.
I did. Thank you. Thanks, Andre. I hope and I think that for many, the FIH Academy site is well known. If not, you will find it simply by getting to the FIH Academy. And we would like to show you the resource page which we put together. So today, a few members from the work group will be speaking, and we will take you through the pages. We will not go into detail, but the aim is that you understand where they are, what's in there, and I hope that after the session you find some time to scroll through and to find some things which are working and which will help you. Noting up front that everything here is in English, but we're working on some parts which will be in different languages. So we have already a Spanish version of some of the videos. We're working on some of the manuals in different languages. So there will be some language mutations available to you. If there's really a need for some other language in some parts, feel free to reach out to us and we can have a look what is possible and what not. I would like to, so if you go to the pages, I'd just like to take you through. So if in formats, you will find para hockey and hockey ID. So when you click on that, you find now the main thing what we try to do is that all the know-how which all of you have in your heads, which was in the different drawers in the different countries, we try to put it all together and have everything in one place. So it's great that Norman is here and some other of you are here and everybody can give you a call and you're willing to help. At the same time, we said, okay, why not put this all together? So it's not only depending on people availability, but we have all this great know-how together for everybody in the world to join. So we have this hockey ID page. It's still connected with para hockey, but at the end, it's not about the name. Hockey, we like to use hockey ID in general. But I know in different countries there are different names used. And if you go through, you will see, and I will take you through the Start Hockey ID part page. Then there's a part here in red where you can find some more information about the project itself. But at the end, the project at a certain moment finishes, so it becomes an integrated part of the FIH Hockey ID platform. Then we have a coach part, and Norman will speak about this. Some videos, which also there will be more in the future. We'll be talking about Hockey ID umpiring. Marlene will take you through Hockey ID life skills. Natasha will be here to take you through the events. And if you go completely at the bottom, you will see also the resource center. So everything should be here together to find at one place. So in case you miss something here, later on, feel free to let us know. So this is quickly the setup, which each of my colleagues will go through in more detail. I would like to show you a little bit in 2 minutes about the Hockey ID starter kit. So this kit is meant as a kind of a manual for those who are new coaches or staff to Hockey ID. So for some of you, this might be something which you already know because it's also based on part of your inputs. For some of this might be really new. So we suggest to use this one for sure for new coaches. It's an easy, light version of a manual and a quiz to get into Hockey ID. So if you click on here, you see a welcome to Hockey ID, some intro, here a bit more how to orientate, and there's also a toolkit manual explaining you more about the different levels of umpiring, the different levels of coaching, what is available. So it gives a kind of an overview of all the possibilities of the education. Here is a video which also will be later in the different languages. I will share with you, or I will play this one now. This is the English version. It's just a very short promo video for Hockey ID. So let's have a look at it. It's just a minute, and then we continue.
So you're keen to learn more about Hockey ID? Welcome to a special part of our hockey family. Hockey ID is World Hockey's adapted format for players with an intellectual disability. So why join us? You'll really be thrilled to join an inclusive club. It's just the best place to be. Hockey ID is full of passion, fun, friendships, teamwork, and goals galore. In fact, the rules of Hockey ID would be fun for any player to enjoy. Just do it. You'll get hooked on Hockey ID.
So this video is for you, so feel free to use it, to share it. Again, some language limitations will come. Yeah, but it's really to do a positive PR for our Hockey ID. And we try to combine that we have manuals with text, videos, visuals. So we have a lot of materials put together, which hope will help you to share Hockey ID in your country. And then there's here the Start Hockey ID manual. So this is the basic manual explaining about Hockey ID and how to start. So when you open it, it's here, and from here you can download it as a PDF. You can print it, you can work with it digitally, however you want. I'm not going through in detail, but just quickly so you can see the content. Introduction, what is para hockey, what is Hockey ID, what is the relation between the two, a bit of history, how to start, some concrete help for your first coaching sessions. So take it as inspiration. It's not what you must do, but there are some exercises, a program for the first weeks which you can use, or which a new coach could use. So it can be a handy support for new coaches. Some things about your first games, something short about the rules, of course. Then a part about communication, and of course what is specific communication with the different, not only with the players, but also school, parents, club federation, Special Olympics, Virtus, and also some inspiration about growing of Hockey ideas. So again, we try to put it in a very light version. So the aim is to help you. I will not, because then it might get hanging, but have a look at this one. Yeah, it shows you very visual some things. What do you need for training? We know it's very basic, but for new coaches, also for people maybe not directly involved in hockey, outside of hockey, some very valuable inputs. And then the last part is there's a quiz here. So with most of the parts, there's a quiz. So when you go to the quiz, there will be some information to go through and to learn a bit more. And then you go into a few questions where at the end, when you do the quiz, you get a certificate. Yeah, so there are some questions related to the topic. This is Start Hockey ID, or to coaching, to umpiring. Come to that later. So a nice, easy quiz at the end, but to get people to build the knowledge and to help people to get more involved. So that was my part. Also helping Andre and Norman. If you have questions, we said, or we would like if you can put them in the chat. So feel free regarding this part, or anyway for the coming presentations. Feel free, if you have questions, put them in the chat. We will answer to them either immediately, or we'll come back to them at the end. And if there are too many, we will come back to you after. So anything you need, anything you want to ask for today, feel free to use the chat. That was my part, Norman. So
Thank you, Gino.
thank you.
Let's move on to the coaching toolkit, please, Andre.
You can see it, Norman. Feel free to go. I'm not sure if you're on mute, Norman.
Sorry, I was on mute. Norman, you want me to go through this, or you talk about it?
No, somehow I was kicked out of the meeting. So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, obviously, if we're going to grow the sport, we need more coaches. And it's interesting on the survey that we sent you last year that many nations have put as a priority to train more coaches. We've tried to make the coaching offering as low barrier to entry as possible. So you'll see from that pathway, there's a hook into hockey workshop. That's designed to be a couple of hours one day, one evening, low barriers to entry. So you can join online. You can't beat a face-to-face getting on the pitch with the athletes, but if travel costs and other issues, other pressures make that impossible, this workshop can be delivered online using video footage. And the idea of that workshop is just to make parents, young coaches, new coaches, old experienced coaches aware of the nuances of hockey ID. It's just a 2.5 hour offering. We then move down. That's linked with everything we do in education now, we're linking with Special Olympics. So you'll see, to actually qualify for that module, ideally you need to have done the Special Olympics online learning, the e-learning for Introduction to Intellectual Disability and the Level 1 Assistant Coach, etc. The Level 1 coaching course after that 2-hour experience, that's a more rigorous experience. It's a hybrid course which will take a full weekend because you need your mainstream Level 1 award covering the basic skills of hockey, etc., and the coaching styles added on to this module that we developed, which is again the nuances as how to coach and communicate and manage a hockey ID group. And that's a 6-hour offering on top of the Level 1 mainstream offering. So you should plan for that being a 2.5 day Friday to Sunday type offering. Cannot be done online because an assessment on the pitch is part of our checking the competencies of the coach there. And then finally, we go down to the Level 2 course, which is more targeted at your national coaches, really. You're getting into a performance area when you go up to the Level 2 award. So our real focus initially for the next couple of years is the hook into and the Level 1 delivery. If we can go to the action slide, please, Andre.
Yeah. Just a second.
As Gina has mentioned, these resources at the moment are in English, but we're looking at Spanish and other languages. And our key challenge throughout 2025 and 2026 is to now train up Spanish-speaking educators, Urdu-speaking educators, Chinese-speaking educators, French-speaking educators, Portuguese-speaking educators who can deliver these resources out locally in your environment, so that it's not just the God called FIH that's doing everything. It can be delivered on a local basis to your local needs. So the actions we want from the coaching, and this does involve all of you, please. If you go to slide 2, please, Andre.
Yeah. Are you not seeing slide 2?
Yeah,
no.
got it now. Got it now.
Okay.
Basically, we have put in place, and if you go onto the Academy website, you'll see the dates and you're able to register for these courses through your national federation or your continental federation, not direct. These train the Hook into Hockey coach educators on May the 27th and May the 28th. They're a 2-hour offering, at the end of which we hope all the delegates will be confident delivering those resources within their nation for us in their local tongue. By the end of September this year, we want the continental federations and the national federations to guide us as to what level 1 courses they want delivering in their local regions, so that we can program them in. It will be a requirement of any coach coming to the World Cup with a team, or any coach going to the Special Olympics World Cup with a team in 2027, that they have completed minimum FIH level 1 coach award and FIH level 1 hockey ID coach award. Otherwise, you will not be able to go to the World Games with your teams. Okay, so they're the actions that we need from you as national federations and continental federations. If you move on to umpiring then, Andre, unfortunately, Christoph Adler, who's done masses of work in this area, has other pressures on today, so I'll be delivering this on his behalf.
No problem. Norman, I'm going to now share the, I'm going to start by sharing the, do you want to show, sorry, do you want to first show the e-learning?
The
Yeah,
academy,
gotcha.
the academy pages,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm going back to the, sorry, I'm just going back to the main page.
As
Here we
Gino's
go.
mentioned, in all of these toolkits, there's an e-learning section with a quiz and a certificate at the end of it. Umpiring is no exception. And my message to you today is, whilst we grow the sport and train more coaches, please, please, please don't forget to grow your umpire knowledge in this area at the same time, in tandem with everything else that we're doing, so that you can deliver events within your province, within your state, within your nation. So the umpiring follows very much the same format as the coaching area. There's an e-learning aspect, but there's also a hook into hockey, couple of hours workshop, and we've scheduled 2 dates for those, one in June and one in July. They're already on the Academy site.
I'm just, if you don't mind, Norman, I'm just going to go through what a user would go. So you can click here. You can use hook in as search. And as you can see, the dates are already there. So you can just click and then, yeah, so this is how you access them. Yeah, carry on, sorry.
And they are 2 separate workshops. Just in case somebody has a problem with the date of one, we put 2 options for people to try and grab as many people as possible. So the hook into is a 2-hour offering, can be done online using video. Again, can't beat getting into a a school, university, or club environment with a group of ID players and actually doing some practical involvement on the pitch with your umpires as well. But we're conscious that transport can be a big barrier to that happening, so we can offer it as an online experience. The level 1 follows very much the level 1 coaching. That's a 6-hour full day experience where you will get to know how to manage the game of hockey ID and how to the nuances involved again in delivering a hockey ID match and event, and the relationships you have to form with both the players and the staff of the players, the coaches and the managers. We're actually delivering the first one of that to get a panel together for the European Championship in August. We've got 10 umpires in the EHL in Den Bosch in Utrecht on the 20th of April. That workshop is full up with Rob Ten Carter and Christoph Adler delivering that course on our behalf. That's it from me on the umpire and coaching, but as I say, happy to take any questions at the end on those two.
Let me just put the slides, the action points from Christoph.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
No, thank you for reminding. So just like the umpiring, just like the coaching, we're asking the nations and the continental federations to encourage and submit a delegate list so that we can start to train your local umpires into hockey ID and ideally get as many as possible of them to register on the 20th of June or the 25th of July. Those delegates who you feel have the skills to deliver hockey ID hook into workshop locally. That's what those two workshops are about. People who are already educators ideally and have the skills to deliver a hook into hockey ID umpire workshop locally for you. And again, we'll need your applications for level 1 umpire courses by September this year, so we can program them in, because just like the coaches, FIH and Special Olympics International will be insisting that any umpiring officiating at the World Games in Chile 27 or the World Cup in Holland, Belgium in 26 has a level 1 umpiring and hockey ID umpire award. So let's get a panel going that's not just Europe, it's global. Okay. We can move on now to the next agenda item, which I believe is...
So now it's...
Marlene?
Yeah, either Marlene or Natasha, either one.
Natasha, do you want to go first or shall I?
Go ahead. I am taking after you. It's good.
Okay. Thank you so much, Natasha.
Okay, I will put on the presentation the life skills, correct?
That's correct, Andre. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, the name of the presentation is Beyond the Pitch, Life Skills Through Hockey ID. And this toolkit on life skills is designed by Antoine Fournier with the help of many others. And one of them is me. My name is Marlene Deuderlijn de Win. I'd like to give you an insight and an overview of the life skill part in this toolkit, not by looking at what is in the FIH page, but today I'd like to tell you whom it's specifically for, why do we emphasize life skills, and what can be found in the toolkit, and where do we go from there. Can I have slide 2, please? Thank you. The starting point is always the community around the athlete. I've called it backstage because it takes a community to build life skills and eventually elevate the self-esteem of our athletes. People surrounding the ID player provide them with foundational abilities and benefits. And please just take a moment to reflect and think about where your contribution fits in while I mention the benefits of hockey ID. physique and health benefits, mental well-being benefits, social inclusion benefits, communication benefits, autonomy benefits, and cognitive ability benefits. It's more than just a game, it's about personal growth. And the toolkit on life skills is for all these wonderful people that are backstage when we see our hockey ID players. These people, you, the coaches, the officials, supporters, caretakers, clubs, tournament organizers, just name them. There must be more than only these 7. All these groups create opportunities, they enable, they support, and they reinforce life skills. So if you have time, just take a look at the life skill kit, because there is a lot of really nice information in it.
Sorry, Marlene, can I interrupt? Because I hear many people are not able to see the presentation. So I'm going to share it in another way. Let's see if this one works better. Sorry. Where is it? It's here. Okay, just a second. Sorry, just one. Bear with me a little bit. Okay, where is it? Share. I think this is it. Can everyone see now? If you can, just put it in the chat. Yeah, good. Marlene, sorry. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
It's working now.
It's okay.
So
Thank you, Andre.
There we are. Please carry on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this was the second slide, and I think you could hear me but not see the slide. So just take a look at it afterwards, please. Can I have the next one, Andre? Please have a look at this model. This is where we start seeing the benefits of field hockey. The life skills, I've put them on the left side because these are foundational abilities. These are essential building blocks that hockey ID players have in more or less have. For hockey ID players, these life skills may need explicit teaching and reinforcement, and that is what happens on the field hockey, on the pitch, while playing field hockey. In the end, it's the game we love, the game we are good at, and it shows how the sport provides opportunities to practice life skills. I will elaborate more in a few moments on the field hockey participation because that's the main part of what is in the toolkit. Self-esteem on the right side of the slide is the positive outcome we aim for. It's the result of developing life skills and successfully participating in field hockey. It's also what has a spin-off in society, because once someone is more resilient, once someone is has a bigger self-esteem, a higher self-esteem, it's easier to cope with the challenges that hockey ID players meet in daily life. So please, the next slide, Andre. This one is about field hockey participation. It has 3 major components. The physical health and the physical health benefits, and a healthy mind in a healthy body. I think no words are needed on this one. Then we have social integration and teamwork. It's learning to work together, supporting teammates, achieving shared goals. On the pitch, there will be like passing drills, cooperation, following instructions from your coach, listening to your coach, but also communicating and assertive communicating with your teammates, expressing needs, asking questions off the pitch and on the pitch, perhaps during the trainings. And there's, of course, cognitive development. Once a coach is explaining the tactic of the match, it builds new ways in your brain, and it makes you more confident because it's easier for you to oversee and understand different situations. Confidence is also something that you build while being part of the team, and in the end it builds self-esteem and it creates a sense of accomplishment through participation. This may sound like a lot, but let me give you a small example. Once you celebrate small victories, you gain more confidence. I think we all experience that at a certain point in our life, or maybe at more points in our life. And small victories can be like scoring while you're in a match, but it can also be like scoring a really nice goal while you're in a training. And if you celebrate just those small victories, people get off the pitch in a different manner. They feel differently. Then again, things can also go wrong. So you need to cope with the challenges and need to learn that and handle setbacks and persevere. And that effort, practice, and managing emotions will give you the resilience to face other challenges in your life. So, having said that, this slide is all about on the pitch. In the toolkit, there are multiple examples of how this might work on the pitch, but also off the pitch. Because hockey is more than just the game we play. And let me give you a small example of the toolkit. Suppose you take your team to a tournament abroad. The question is, how will you prepare your team? Does your team members get responsibilities? Are they being held accountable? And that can be really something really small as taking care of the water bottles, or maybe something bigger. There are lots of ideas to be found in this toolkit of how you can engage your hockey ID players and meanwhile build on their self-esteem. So that is something that, for instance, the manager will do and not the coach or maybe the physio. There's in life skills, there's something for everyone involved, and that is also the beauty of life skills, because there are multiple ways that you can build on the life skills of your individual athletes. I would like to get the next slide, and there's an image here of a hockey ID player, and I saw this image and I thought, well, this image is exemplary of the power of our sport and the positive impact on the individual. Of course, there are gradually differences for every individual, but all in all, the impact on our hockey ID players is increased social interaction and friendship, improved physical and mental well-being, and you benefit from enhanced independence and self-advocacy, and there's a stronger sense of belonging and community. And these skills will translate to success in other areas of life. Later on, we will also perhaps talk about, and I think we'll talk about building a hockey ID in the world. All this information is not only to build the self-esteem of the players, but it's also something that you can communicate with the people around you. If you seek new members for Hockey ID, if you seek new coaches, this is what we do. And it's so much more than just the hockey drill and the hockey match. Okay, let's get to slide 6, Andre, please. This is the toolkit. And what do you see? You see a toolkit with lots of examples on social, emotional, and thinking skills. In the toolkit, you'll find modules on activities, and you'll find a progression questionnaire. I haven't got a slide on what it actually looks like on the FIH side, but if you go there, it will look the same as the previous ones you've seen, but it's only about life skills. All the examples that are in the toolkit, the modules, the questionnaire, they can, but they also should be tailored to specific skills a player needs. And you should also tailor it, I think, to his or her abilities. But once you read it, you'll know what to skip and what to add. Something else about the toolkit. This toolkit doesn't have the intent to be all comprehensive, because it's an example of the array one can work with. And the only one and clear objective of this toolkit is to contribute to developing valuable life skills through sport and enhance self-esteem. So the toolkit has been designed for the coaches, the caregivers, the support system. All involved in hockey play a crucial role in creating a positive and encouraging environment where the goal is holistic development and not just skills. Because Hockey ID is the vehicle for broader life success. So then last but least, I have a theme on slide. It is this one. It says, together everyone achieves more. It's something I think a lot of us know about a team, what a team is and what a team does. This clip has no sound because I think it's also exemplary for the life skills, and I like to focus on what one sees when the clip is played, especially the guy that's in the bottom of the clip. Suddenly he freezes sort of, and then just in a few seconds later, you see him laughing. On the pitch, the disability becomes less important. The team works and helps. A lot of these players that you see here have the autism spectrum disorder. And well, if I look at them, I just see a happy team, a really happy team that is also very acquainted to one another and feels free to embrace one another. And if you know, I think we all know people with autism spectrum disorder, that they might have difficulties in reaching out to others. On the pitch, disabilities really become less important and the team will work. So this is for the Hockey ID players, but then for us, I think we need to work together. Please use part of the toolkit or everything that's in the toolkit and reach out for support. But also, and even I think more important, is that any ID suggestion on the toolkit is always welcome, and it can only make a better toolkit. I think you can reach us through the email addresses that Norman will provide, or Andre. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you all will enjoy this module on the FIH website. Over to Natasha, I believe.
Thanks, Marleen. Natasha, over to you on events, please.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andre and Norman, for this amazing opportunity to explain the event manuals, what we make with the amazing group last year. I would like to start with my presentation, and after that we can go to the website where you can find all the details. So I would like to share my presentation. I think this will be good.
Natasha, Natasha and all presenters, I'm conscious that with it being a global event, people are up at 2 a.m. and 11 p.m. So let's try and keep to the 5-minute slots, please, guys.
Okay, of course, I would like to do that. So everybody knows that it was a project from the European toolkit. So what we did, we make a couple of event manuals so that every event could be on its own manual. So the first one is about a local club event, fun activities, training with regular teams, make it possible. I would like to share my, wait a minute. With regular teams between two teams, so very local, very basic. I will explain that later on. And the second one is a regional event without divisioning, a small tournament, 1 day, half a day tournament with a max of 3 or 4 teams. So if you have that, you don't need divisioning. And of course, all the details of this, you can find it on the website. It was shared already in the chat. What can you find on the local club event, why we organize this kind of event? If you would like to development Hockey ID for new players or promoting inclusivity of Hockey ID in your club or something else, how to organize it, half a day's activities, hockey skills like a station, like a circuit, training with regular hockey players and your own hockey team, but also a friendly match between regular hockey players and other players, ID hockey players. So there are some of the IDs, all the information, how to organize this, you can find it on the website. I would like to show you later on. And then the next one, we made another one, level 2, the regional event without divisioning, to develop tournaments, some of the new programs have just 1 or 2 teams or up to 5 teams. If you have 5 teams, divisioning is not necessary. So if you have a small tournament with maximum of 5 teams, you can organize and use this manual for that. What do you need to do? This is a kind of a checklist what you need to organize for an Hockey ID event. You need somebody to have it on general things, secretary, finance, communication, somebody for the venue, accommodation, site events if necessary, transport, probably only for the materials, volunteers, always helpful, and sport technical sides from to planning the events and the matches. So for the upcoming is a bigger one, is a national event with divisioning, 1-day event, and there's another coming up for more days event. That's more for international events with divisioning. It goes a little bit further with extra information. But all the things you need, you can find it on the website. The contact information is important for Europe. On this website, you can find all the national hockey federations in Europe. Even if you need to go to the Special Olympics national programs, you can find it also on this website. For other regions, for the FIH members, but also if you are looking for my colleagues of Special Olympics in your region or local program, you can use this link. And if you need extra help of information, please don't hesitate to contact Norman or myself. Andre, can you go to the website so that I can share it with the people and only there where they can find all the stuff?
Sure. So
hopefully this was in 5 minutes.
You were spot on. Congratulations. Absolutely, yes. So now I'm going to carry on directly from where Natasha was going, and I'm going to start first with asking all of you in this call to look at this QR code and to this website. And this is going to be my first instruction to you. If you're having your phone, scan your QR code and that will take you to that web address. That QR code is the basically the page of today's webinar. And the reason I'm doing this is because this will be your, if you haven't already, this will be your first experience with the platform. And by registering in today's webinar, you will be able to download all the documents that we're being presenting here today. And you also hopefully will have the chance to get a feeling of how the platform works, what it takes to register in a course, and then obviously and hopefully with that you will be able to start telling everyone else how this works, what they need to do to register in a course, what they need to do to find the information that you've been seeing today. So if you use this platform, this QR code, you will be ending up here. And wait a minute here, which I need to share, by the way. Sorry. Okay, you will be ending here. So this is today's webinar. And as you can see, it's a more or less familiar image of what you've seen before. And what we've been showing you a lot is this page here. Wait a minute. Here I am. So here. Now, if you look in the chat, in one of my first messages, I'll send you the URL for this. This is the Hockey ID page, and it basically is organized the way that Gino mentioned to you. And what we would like you to understand is that all of these buttons here, they are courses. And they can be accessed via the para hockey page, but they can also be accessed, for instance, if you go to the courses page, the main courses page in the academy. So this is where all our courses are. So you can see that we're doing coaching courses, technical skills workshops, etc. And in the middle, you will see the hockey ID ones. Now, if you don't want to scroll down all this, we've told you earlier that you can go here, you can insert your keywords, and you find where you need to go. Or if you now want to become a level 1 hockey ID coach, but you haven't yet done the level 1 coaching course of your national association and you want to do it with us, then you go to L1C and you can see all the next coaching courses that are already planned. But now, wait a minute, you're one stage ahead. You want to do the level 2, and here you go. Here's your level 2. And as you can see, some of these courses are not organized by us. They're organized by your continental federation. So and this can be PAF, it can be Asia, it can be Africa, it can be Oceania. So the most important thing I want to get across you today is this is probably where you will find all the coaching, all the education offer from FIH, whether it is coaching or, for instance, if it's an umpire manager course, for instance. And you can see that with an umpire course, you can see that we've done some here, or you can see that there is a course here. So whenever you look for a course, select all events and then just use whatever keyword you want. Obviously, you can also take the route that Gino told you about. So, and to finalize today, I just wanted to tell you that by registering, and hopefully you've done this already, you will go here and you will end up here. You will see that we already put this really cool video of Belgium Hockey did, where they announced the new sponsor and the Hockey ID players were amongst all the age group players of the Belgium Hockey Federation. But you can also see all the documents that were presented in today, and basically they're all here. Just click on this link, and another page will open, and here's the document for you. And obviously, if you had registered, you could have gone through you could have joined today this way. So take some time over whatever next coming days, weeks, months, start visiting the platform, start getting familiar with what it works, with what it does. And whenever you have a doubt or you need assistance, just use that email address, which you've seen in the chat, academy@fih.hockey. Just email us. We're not expecting you to understand everything from the beginning. So we're here to help you if you have any issues, or if you want to host your next Hooking to Hockey workshop, or your next level 1 Hockey ID or level 2 Hockey ID workshop. And that's all for me. So over to you, Norman.
Yeah, thanks, Andre. This is a developing tool, so please, we need you to help us to continually improve it. It's there embedded now, but if you've got any best practice that you want to share, please get in touch through that Academy email address. I'd just like to stress something that Gino's put on chat. Marco and a team from Italy did loads of work in the Start Hockey ID toolkit. So a big thank you to his local team for driving that section of our toolkit. Thank you, Marco.
May I add something, Norman? Something different?
Go ahead.
Very shortly, also connected to what Norman was saying now and what Andre was saying, and also Natasha. So we are still in the business of people, and we can still, of course, pick up the phone, call Natasha for something, call Norman for something, call each other. So let's keep on doing this. The only challenge or opportunity we have now is, since we have a more centralized resource center, please use, for when it comes to resources, as much as possible the academy email, which ends up with Andre. So then we coordinate our efforts, because now from history we know we always find our way somewhere. And I'm also, because I'm getting some mails, because it's for Leah, then there's somebody else. So to be able to help you better and to make, I don't know, if you want the language mutation, if you want something is working, something's not working, use the academy. Doesn't mean you cannot call anybody, of course, who you know, but it helps to get things quicker done for you and in the central place, so it doesn't over years again end up in drawers and we have different versions everywhere. So just a quick, that's a quick request for help. And the last thing, this was an EU project, so you'll see the EU funded logo there. But feel free, it is, if Oceania, Jill was mentioning, okay, this might come in handy. So if you want to co-brand something and add your logos to there and make it kind of your branded material, feel free. So there's no copyright thing on there, of course. We only had these logos as FIH, there was Eurohockey, EU, because it was simply coming from an Erasmus program, but it is there for you. So if you want to change some things to make it for your nation or for your continental federation, yeah, please discuss and we will co-brand it so it becomes your material, right? So no problem. Sorry, Norman.
Thanks. We go over to the Continental Federation reports. I'm going to be really strict now because of time. 5-minute slots, please, each presenter. 5 minutes. We'll give you a 1-minute warning when your 4 minutes is up. So if I can ask Floyd from Africa to give us his presentation, please, and welcome Floyd from Zambia.
Is Floyd in?
That's what I was about to ask.
I don't think he's in. I cannot see him.
Okay, let's jump to and see if he joins us later. And if not, we'll just share his presentation. So yeah. Imdad, if you'll give the Asian report, please. Welcome, Imdad from Pakistan. You're on mute, Imdad.
You're on mute. You're on mute, Imdad. You need to unmute yourself. Click on the, okay. Click on the, now we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. That was Norman and Andre. Can you share the screen, sir?
Andre, if you share the Asia report, please. Okay, Imdad, we have it?
Not yet. Just waiting. Go to the next screen. Next slide, please.
We were already on the case study of Malaysia. You may have a delay.
Okay, here is this case study of Hockey ID Level 1 coaching course. Introduction. Special Olympic Malaysia organized the first ever Hockey ID Level 1 coaching course, supported by Galgar in collaboration with FIH Academy and AHF and Love Is All. Aim to train teachers and coaches for athletes with intellectual disabilities. Candy, next slide. Please go to the next slide.
We have.
The journey. It was journey of 36 participants registered and split into 2 groups. I can't see my slides.
No, we've lost it now. It's back.
Oh, okay, I can read my laptop. Yes. And you can open in the screen. Yes. And the journey, 36 participants registered and split into 2 groups, completed 6 hours of online training with FIH instructor, and 33 participants advanced to practical training for Feb 21 to 23 in Ipopera, and 29 coaches successfully passed level 1 accreditations. Next slide, please.
I already can everyone see historic achievement?
Okay.
Yeah.
First ever face-to-face FIH Hockey ID Level 1 course, lead by expert instructor from FIH, AHF and Special Olympic Malaysia, supported by Raja Ashman Shah Hockey Academy, provided equipment for participants. Mr. Norman Hughes, FIH ID project lead, highlighted its significance. And next is impact and future plans. Newly certified coaches will emphasize hockey in the Special Olympic Malaysia National Games for first time in June, Ipoh Para. Expanding ID hockey program across Malaysia, promoting inclusivity and opportunities for athletes with intellectual disabilities. Now we go to special thanks to huge gratitude to Gagar, FIH, AHF, Love is All, so Malaysia, and Hockey IG Educator. Your sport is shaping a brighter future for ID athletes. Conclusion. A groundbreaking step for ID hockey coaching in Malaysia, strengthening inclusive sports and creating opportunities for ID athletes. The journey continues, looking ahead to future tournament and coach development. We did a Special Olympic Bharat online hockey and to hockey ID delivered over 90 coaches across India in December 2024. Follow up soon, future plans. SO Bharat were busy with the Special Olympic World Winter Games and hockey India with major events. We have engagement challenges, like we are attempting to engage with the Special Olympic Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. No successful collaboration or response so far. Opportunities, we have Special Olympic Hong Kong, Special Olympic China, and Special Olympic Singapore. Hopefully they will start hockey ID soon. Here is our progress, like Asia hockey grows to increase to 5. Malaysia, Pakistan, India, we have restructuring with India, and we have a engagement challenge with Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. And hopefully we start with soon with Indonesia, Singapore, China, Hong Kong, and China. Thank you very much. Is there any question? You can.
Thank you, Imdad. Just about the Malaysian example, they've obviously qualified 29, 30 coaches. It's not a give me the level 1. You have to show the right competencies. So out of the 32 who attended the practical, 29 were assessed as competent to that level. And Malaysia have now come on saying, we've got an event in June, we need to train our umpires. So that's an ongoing program as well. And it was my message earlier on. As you train your players and your coaches, don't forget your umpires, please. So, but well done, Asia. Well done, Imdad. You were one of the educators on that course in Ipoh with Koen van Putten of Singapore and the Netherlands. So thank you for all you did there. We'll now move on. Any sign of Floyd and Africa?
I don't think so, Norman.
Don't think so. Send him a message, but no reaction so far.
Right. Okay. Let's go to Europe. And Marlene, you're delivering on behalf of Linda, who's got another appointment this morning. So please go ahead, please, on behalf of Europe.
Just a second as I put the slide on.
Marlene, je moet je microfoon aanzetten.
Thank you, Hans. Okay, thank you, Norman. Thank you, Hans. Thank you, Andre. I'm taking this presentation upon me because Linda has some other really important stuff to do today. But there are 20 slides because we have numerous countries and I only have 5 minutes. So I suggest, Andre, that you just take 20 seconds per slide and then I'll just highlight all the major developments in Europe. As you can see, we have 19 countries that are developing Hockey ID. We've got an update from most of the countries. Some are still missing, but that will be fine. We'll have their updates next year. There are a lot of these countries, 11 will take part in the Euro Hockey ID Championships this year. So that will be a major tournament in Europe where we'll meet 11 countries. Can I have the next 2 slides, please? So that we go to Belgium. Thank you. Belgium, I'll just do the highlights. No offense, Cindy, please. But Belgium is starting a new funded project, which is really nice because they create visibility for para hockey. They are developing a coach course. They are developing training exercises for their trainers and coaches, and they are further developing unified hockey. And with this, Belgium is really developing new hockey ID teams and growing their total with like 30%, which is really nice. To the next slide, please. We'll go to Bulgaria. Bulgaria started an international ID tournament last year, the Centrale Cup, with 3 nations. And this year, the second edition will be there of the Centrale Cup, and they will have 5 teams participating. Their national hockey ID players grow with 20% this year. So they are really working on development and then making the base bigger to have more athletes, so more skills and more matches. Czech Republic is also working hard on establishing the second hockey ID team. And some of these players will join their national team. So the total number amounted to 50. And what is important to tell is that what you see over all these countries, that some report to us that they have challenges in their financial situation because they need to fund their activities from private sources, from foundations or personal fundraising. Okay, so thank you, Czech Republic, for your update. And if you want to know more about Czech Republic, you can read it. But the most important thing is that they have 2 hockey teams and they're really building the community of hockey ID players. England is a country that is much more developed and has 35 clubs registered with hockey ID teams. And they are working towards more gender balanced targets, including the staff. So they have more girls on the team. As before, they had were more solidly boys. But also in their coaching staff, they have now a new national coach who has the different gender than the coach they had before. What they also, England also reported is that they run inclusive hockey sessions, which is very different from just hockey ID sessions. Okay, thank you, England. On to France. France is trying to develop. They had a national festival with 5 teams in Paris, and they're trying to cooperate with other countries as well. They reported something on funding as well, but they tried to get a fund to work together with the Germans, and that application got rejected. I haven't heard from others that applies for funds, but I think we need to keep trying to get funding one way or the other, because we are really building something in Europe. If I continue to Germany, the next country, Germany is doing a lot of inclusive education for coaches and for umpires, where they have not only mainstream coaches and umpires, but also ID players that like to be a coach or want to become a coach, or umpires that want to become a full umpire. So they started Unified Umpire, and they were the first to attend international tournaments in this. They will do so again at Euro, as Norman said earlier, the Euro Hockey League. They will do the Hockey ID finals. What they also did, and might be really interesting, is they reported that they have the hockey rules translated in easy language. They did so in cooperation with Special Olympics Germany. And well, they asked us, well, might this be a template for translation into English? In other words, would other different countries like to use their easy language hockey rules? And I think it's a really nice suggestion of Germany. And Germany has also got 2 established teams, national teams. One is Team Deutsche Hockeybund. That team plays in Euro Hockey Championships and will play at the World Cup. And they have a Team Special Olympics Deutschland. The Team Special Olympics Deutschland is a different team, which enables a lot of players to get international experience and get some experience abroad. So they really try to broaden the base, and they work on not only in coaching and umpiring, but also in how they send their teams abroad. Okay, thank you. Then the next one is Italy. Italy is now official part of the Italian Hockey Federation, Hockey ID. So that is a new improvement. And they have 2 kinds of championships every year, a cup and a championship. They participate in 3 categories, the elite, the promotional, those are level categories, and trisomy 21. Some of you also may know trisomy 21 as people having Down syndrome. So they have a special category for that. I don't think, Norman, that we have this internationally, but it's an interesting thing. The challenge no, not yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. The challenge is that Italy is also looking for budgets everywhere. Then the Netherlands, they did something really nice last year. They established a players' council, and this is the first one I ran into in Europe. They have a Premier League. There are 7 teams in the Premier League, and every team has 1 representative, a player that is in the player council. In this player council, the National Association discusses topics as rules, referees, umpiring, and the players' needs and wishes. Next to the coaching stuff and the referee trainings, They have a national tournament every year, and what they do is they sorry, this one with Special Olympics. So 1 year there's a Special Olympic national tournament. The other year there's a National Association KNHB tournament. This makes it possible for a lot of athletes to participate in a final tournament every year. Okay, on to the next one, please. We're in Spain, and
1 minute warning,
Spain,
Marley. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Al-Rasha. Spain has established the first hockey ID club, and meaning is not a club that has hockey ID as one of the hockey means that they can offer, but it's a club solely for hockey ID players. That is something new as well. And they have hockey ID included in sport games, where they have students playing hockey and they have hockey ID players. So they're really trying to cooperate a lot with others, and it's not unified, but it's at least in midst of society. So that's really well done. Going to the next one, Ukraine. I'm almost finished, Norman. Ukraine started last year, and they started with a strategic vision, and they officially registered their foundation. They founded the Federation of Para Hockey in Ukraine at the beginning of 25, and they're actively working on building this organization. So they have had several open events, masterclasses, and meetings. They try to cooperate with other organizations that work with people with ID, and they have started in 2 regions of Ukraine with the first introductory events, and they established local teams in these 2 regions. So that is really appreciative, given the circumstances that they are facing right now. Wales is the last one I'd like to highlight, especially because Wales doesn't have Hockey ID as a brand, but Wales is working on to integrate hockey in a wider inclusion plan. So they take part in multi-sports events, but during those multi-sports events, they have Hockey ID. Altogether, last year they engaged over 600 participants, aged 7 to 18, and they're really looking forward to wider inclusion Hockey ID, and they align with the existing Flyers movement and the Flyers offering more joined up and recognizable pathway to move forward for Hockey ID. So Wales is coming out of coming more into Hockey ID and trying to get there. Then we have Portugal. Portugal said, well, we have more or less the same dynamic as we had the previous years. We have Finland, who said it's important for us to get normal things run smoothly, and the effort is to activate clubs to operate independently and develop their own operations. So unfortunately, they do not have the time to start Hockey ID. So the same goes for Switzerland, because they have too less resources and manpower to do so. Austria wants to start up Hockey ID. AHTC Vienna wants to start up. So maybe we can get in touch with them, and if they're not on this call, one of us should try to get in touch with them and try to give some attention to our beautiful toolkit. And then last but not least, I forgot to tell you that Ukraine signed an MOU with Special Olympics. So moreover, what we see, if we highlight some developments, they are totally different in Europe. Everyone is trying to build a bigger base. And on top of that, we're having athlete panels. We're trying to get more promotion for Hockey ID to have it more as a mainstream sport than as a special sport or a side event. We have people really looking for resources to get involved more in international tournaments. And of course, all countries are also looking in cooperation with others like Special Olympics or with NIS like Portugal does. I think I can conclude this one, Norman. You're on mute.
Thanks, Marlene. I'm going to have to cut you
You're
off
welcome.
there. But guys, don't get overawed. Europe's been at this for 25, 30 years, some nations. So I don't want the rest of the world getting worried about how developed some nations in Europe are. It's wonderful to see where we can get to if we persevere. But it's a step-by-step approach. And as Marlene has said, there's big parts of Europe who haven't started yet. We've got 11 nations out of 43 members.
Yeah.
So we're not
no, sorry, we've got 19. Sorry to interrupt, Norman. We've got 19 nations, but yeah, we have a long way to go.
A long way to go. Yeah. I don't know 19 active nations in Europe, Marlene, to be honest with you. Maybe 13. I don't know 19 active nations. So keep at it locally and don't get overawed by, you know, the great work that's being done across Europe at the moment, who've been at it for 3 decades. Jill, Oceania, I'm conscious of your time, so go ahead, please.
No worries. Andre, have you got my presentation there, please?
Yes, sirree. It's coming now. Not this one, sorry. Not this one, sorry. Wrong file. Here we go again, second try. Here we second. Where are you? Where are you? We're done. Here we go. Can everyone see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So our strategy for Oceania over the last 6 months and since we had our last forum was really twofold. And the first one was to really target schools and particularly to try and build a base and provide the support that schools needed. And probably our most successful country at doing that was the Solomon Islands, which is featuring in this slide, where they developed a relationship with the Red Cross School for the Disabled in Solomons, and which has 82 children, and 60% of those are ID. And so the staff have been running 1 session per week for the last 3 months. And so for us, that's a real highlight. And we are now looking to develop a festival for that group to then put them into have an opportunity to play a little competition games on the new Hockey Fives pitch in Honiara. Our second strategy is, and with the slide here, is that you can see now that we have 6 active countries that are working in this space and have all started new programs, particularly over the last year. And the biggest area that I think the little photo on the left-hand side was again Solomon Islands working using the group that was featured on the first page. And when we had the World Disability Day, that team came in and worked with other children, putting blindfolds on them, doing 3-legged races, introducing them to what it was like to have a disability. And it was a really very productive day, and a lot was learnt from everyone. So the next slide, thank you, Andre. The next strategy that we've been working on over this last 12 months is really to start collecting data so that we know what countries have started, where the need is, what equipment we need to supply, what countries have started to link with Special Olympics, and that'll be now a push for 2025 as we've identified where there has been a formal approach and where there hasn't. And so as you can see there, we've now identified 918 participants. And as I've spoken to Norman, they're a mix of ID and physical disabilities. But what we now have is, last year we certainly didn't have the data so that we could break it down to male, females, number of clubs. And now the push for this year is that a new form which we developed with Hockey Australia is to identify the actual disabilities, so that that will give us, hopefully, when it comes to the next forum, we will have a lot more significant numbers around IDs. But from Oceania's point of view, there's been a tremendous amount of growth within this last year. The two countries that are missing from there, Samoa and Fiji, we expect that they will start programs in that they've just had new development officers appointed, and this is very much part of their job description. There's also new staff within Hockey Australia, and Oceania's had some very successful meetings with them from October through to the last month, and they've got a new inclusive manual out which they have shared to all the Pacific Islands, as well as and I know that Andre is as excited as I am, but they've also come on to the FIH Academy and picking up their courses now, and so that's very exciting for us to be able to also introduce an ID coaching level. And lastly, just as far as looking into the future, as I'm showing there, that's the first slide on the left is the new inclusion resource booklet that Hockey Australia has put out and also circulated through the whole of the Oceania region. And we've also been working with a new equipment supplier to make sure that the equipment that we're using in the schools is really appropriate for their needs, and particularly where they don't have any use of mouth guards or safety guards, shin guards, how we can overcome the safety aspects so that parents look on hockey as a sport that they want their children to be involved in. So that gives you a quick update of where Oceania is, and we're excited for 2025.
Jill, thanks ever so much. Some great work there in 6 of your nations, and good luck with Fiji and Samoa with the new work that their development officers will start. Could we move, please, to the final one, which is Pan Am, please? And Laura, over to you when you're ready.
Yes, I am. Okay, I hope you see my presentation.
Yes.
Okay, I will be quite quick. Our kickoff was at the Youth Olympic Games in 2018 with the program Hockey for All. And from there on, we tried to include at least some games between two nations in our main tournaments. Our main tournaments are the Pan Am Cups and the Pan Am Games. So the latest ones were at the Pan Am Games in Chile. We had SOLA in 2024 in Paraguay. We will have a festival in Montevideo, Uruguay this year with the Pan Am Cup. And we are planning to run a festival in Chile during the junior qualifier in 2026, facing in 2027 the Special Olympics World Games. We have grown in the number of countries with programs, but still we couldn't achieve to have these groups into the national federations. For example, Argentina have the Leonas that were the first group, but they have now a foundation, and it's all related to their foundation. There is a new group now led by Marcelo Majorano, and I'm trying to get him engaged with Special Olympics. That did not happen with the Leonas. And then there are different groups, big groups in different provinces, but not having the national association involved, it's very difficult to have only one group. We are still working on that. Barbados has a small group. Brazil is a new country. Canada in Victoria is led by Veronica Planella, who is attending the forum, and they are doing a lot of work, but they still need to grow to have a big hockey group. They have different sports in their project. Chile is a well-organized activity led by Daniela Caram and her colleagues. Guatemala has a small group, and they are working. They started the other way around. They started working with Special Olympics, doing the education programs, and then they will stress and put their efforts on getting more people involved in their project. Paraguay has a strong group led by Vicky Pasos and Fabian Romero. They are both international umpires, and they are very involved with this group. Uruguay has two groups outside Montevideo. They are under the umbrella of the federation, but still they need more work to develop a consistent program. And US group is very proactive, and they have not only Hockey ID, but other disabilities in their group as well. In 2024, I want to bring the example of Chile. They started with 3 institutions with Hockey ID. Right now, they have 10 and over 160 players. And this, I think that this is because they are related to Special Olympics Chile and their national federation that allowed them to grow in that way. Umpires, the lessons from Sola. I was lucky to have Christophe at Sola and Linda, who helped a lot in giving me the idea how to run the tournament, because not only the umpires and coaches have to be prepared, but also the events coordinators or event managers, because it's so different to organize a competition for Hockey ID than a regular hockey competition that we are used to run. The coaches, I've seen they have a huge commitment. What we need, as you all said, more coaching courses, maybe in person, and build a strong relationship with Special Olympics. One thing I learned from Christophe is that in the umpiring side, it's not about reading the game, but reading the athletes. And that is important, not only for the umpires, but for coaches and all the stuff related to a tournament.
Very important message. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Our challenges is to have more countries to develop Hockey ID. Our continent is very big, so it's very expensive to travel. For example, traveling from Argentina to Canada, from one end to the other, is almost $2,000 a ticket. So you can imagine that organizing events, international events, becomes very, very expensive. Plus, you have a 9 or 10 hours flight. NAs have no budgets for Hockey ID. and they struggle with their administration as well, because other than 2 or 3 federations, staff is limited and they cannot take care of another format, including Pan Am, because I'm the only staff in Pan America. So sometimes it's very difficult for me to be responsive on time and to deal with so many things. We need to develop coaches and umpires, and maybe these tournaments like in Uruguay is a good opportunity to have a course, a face-to-face course, or to bring like Christoph to our tournament to train more umpires. And of course, building a relationship with Special Olympics is crucial. Another thing I noticed is that we had little promotion. Sola had no promotion at FIH. I haven't seen in the social media anything about Sola while we were at the tournament. We put special emphasis during the tournament in PAF to promote the event, and the countries involved also did a very, very little promotion, small promotion. So I think we need to stress that it's very important to promote it, to bring more people in. Next step will be to encourage NAs to support Hockey ID and have at least 2 more countries for 2027 for the World Games, and that all countries start working with their local Special Olympics office. Hope I've been quick.
You've been very good, Laura. Well done. And I'd just like to stress the benefits of Special Olympics national organizations and our national hockey federations working in partnership. One has the athletes, the other has the hockey specific skills, the generic disability skills in the Special Olympics group and our hockey specific skills. So it's a great partnership that I would really ask you to have a go at and try to encourage. Not always easy, because some Special Olympics national federations are full up already. They're small organizations and they have a full calendar of events and full up with programs. So you have to keep knocking. And Natasha's there to help, and I'm there to help if you need any contacts with your local Special Olympics. Conscious of time, so Floyd's presentation will be online for you if you follow the process that Andre said. So let's move on now to the competition calendar to show you what events are available out there this year and in future years.
Just a second, I'm putting it up.
Yep.
Okay, where's it? Competition, here we go.
Natasha's off to Papua New Guinea in 3 weeks' time.
Oh,
there you go, Jill.
God. That's terrible. Just a second, I'm ready. Here we go.
Yep. Can everybody see that? The 2025 calendar? Yes. Yeah, you'll see it's quite a busy calendar now. We're getting more and more events. And please, if you're doing something, share it with us so that we can promote through FIH. We need to do a better job to support your local events by promoting them globally for you. So we can only do that if you share it with us, please. The big successes that I'll point out from this year coming up is the Special Olympics Malaysia. First time hockey's been part of that program. We have 4 teams there in Perak. So that's a great success, following on from the coaching workshop that we delivered. And lovely to hear that the Pan Am Cup, a big drive to try and get a 5-nation festival there: Uruguay, Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, and the USA. Marlena's mentioned Mönchengladbach, an 11-nation event that happens in August. That's an elite event. And then Europe have an annual Hockey ID Forum, and I would challenge the other continents to maybe bring together your nations once a year to discuss the challenges and opportunities that are there for Hockey ID within each of your regions, and then feed them through to Mike, Andre, myself, and Gino, so that we can help you on a global basis, but it would be nice to get little clusters going in each of the continents to feed into the global forum in future years. Next one, please. Andre, you heard about the excitement. Next year, this forum will take place on March the 5th. Two big events, really. Special Olympics Netherlands very kindly are looking to invite 10 European nations to their national games. But in August 21 to 26, the first ever FIH Hockey ID World Cup in Holland and Belgium alongside the Men's and Women's World Cup. At the moment, we're allowed 16 nations, massive challenge. Maximum 8 from Europe, maximum. So our challenge is to find 2 from Pan Am, 2 from Africa, 2 from Oceania, 2 from Asia. Or if one continent can't find 2, to offer it outside Europe first before we grow the 8 from Europe. We really want that to be a world event, a global event. So we'll be sending details out to you shortly. We only had a meeting this morning with the CEOs of Holland and Belgium. We'll be sending details out about the costs involved, but you've got the dates there. So please start looking about travel costs if you know of any nations in your region who are interested in joining us. Must be a world event, please. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Then the next one, 2027, please, Andre. Europe again will meet in August in London. Hopefully a 12-nation event. They'll grow a nation and get up to the 12. Our forum in March again, and then massive event, Special Olympics World Games, Santiago, Chile. The latest information we have on that is 16 nations, but again, local budgets may influence that and that may reduce, but the minimum we've been offered is 12, and they're quite relaxed at the moment about 16 nation entry. So again, you've heard the message, which is a global message this morning. National federations don't have any money for this type of activity. So if you do have your group interested, start fundraising now for these events. On the elite side, there's the World Games, the Global Games for Virtus, the IPC arm, the elite arm of our sport. That's in Cairo, Egypt in November. And if we wanted to take up that challenge, we would be offered 6-nation entry there. That's your events calendar. All this, as Andre said, is online for you later if you register. So basically, that solves that. Do we want to quickly show the Belgium video of their national squad players? And this is integration. This is not inclusion.
Can do.
Total integration, where everybody's treated the same, and 2 of their para hockey ID athletes are part of their promotional video that the new sponsors come up with. And again, by all means, link with Cindy. We don't have time today, but they wanted to recruit more female players. They've done a fabulous video movie to try and get more female players involved in hockey ID as well, in para hockey ID.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, just a second. Wait a minute. Sorry, I forgot to do what I tell everyone to do.
Sound.
Just a second. Include sound. Oh dear. Oh dear. Just a second, guys. I seem to have a... Okay. Driver installed. Good. Okay, install. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
It's not working.
It's not working. More than a team. More than the game. More than ambition. We all like, all of us fight like something. and we're giants, each and every one. We are red, and red means business. Red means bringing the home advantage wherever we go. Red means standing our ground for fair play and respect. We're backed by a nation. Our goal is clear, a vow of excellence to reach beyond our ambition. Join us, united in red.
So it's great to see our Hockey ID athletes as part of that promotional video for the main sponsor of all of their national squads. Total integration, not inclusion. It's a great, strong message. Thank you, Belgium. The survey is part of the package. Do people want to go through some of the results now, or do we call this a close? Can you put your hands up if you think you want to go through the survey results? They will be shared with you, what we've got so far. Okay, we'll quickly go through them then, if we may. So, Andre, if you'll put the FIH survey presentation up. It will be a summary, believe me.
Yeah, I'm doing it now. Just a second. Here we go. And go.
Yeah, next one, please. We surveyed end of last year, and as at April this year, we've had 45 nations complete the survey and return it. And that's a breakdown by continent. So you can see we've still a long way to go to actually capture all the nations. Even if they don't have any hockey ID, we want to know about it. But at the moment, 45 have completed the survey. Player totals, just over 4,000. 64% male, 36% female. Now, that's not bad, because if you look at the global research into intellectual disability, 2/3 of the population is male. So we're actually probably reflecting what the international research has found out. Next one, please. And this is an important one, I think. 25 nations have good cooperation and link to their national Special Olympics, but 20 of the 45 who've answered so far have no link at present. Please, you 20, keep working hard to try and get your foot in the door of your Special Olympics organization locally, or your Virtus organization locally. It doesn't matter, as long as you've got an organization, your Disability Sports Federation, someone who has the athletes. Because we found with certain nations that athletes who at the moment are active with floorball like to have a go at hockey. And the strategy we've used with Special Olympics International is floorball is the winter World Games, hockey is the summer World Games. So the athletes can play both sports. We mustn't be too possessive that they've got to play hockey 12 months of the year. Let them go and swim and play tennis and do other things and broaden their horizons. Next one, please. Coaches. More female coaches than male coaches are delivering at the moment. Maybe the female gender is more caring than the male gender, who knows? But that's what it's showing at the moment. And the next one, please. 26 nations have stated they want to train more coaches to help grow. And 25 nations have stated they want to grow their competition opportunities. Many nations at the moment are training small groups in a school, in a club, on a university site, but they don't get a chance to travel a small distance and play against a neighbor. And that's such an inspirational opportunity to broaden their horizons. So I think the desire of 25 nations to grow a competition structure, we're talking festivals here, not World Cups. It's very, very important message that we try and do that. Otherwise, you're training for training's sake, and there's no inspirational end product, i.e. we're off to a little festival or a tournament. And then my final message to you is don't forget to train your umpires alongside your coaches and growing your base. That's my final message to you. That's all from me. If there are any massive questions now, we'll take them for 5 minutes. As Andre said, all these resources will be online for you to study and come back to us with any questions. Also, feedback. This has again been quite a long, we've been on for a couple of hours. So if there's any way we can sharpen up our delivery as a group here and make it more meaningful for you and more useful for you, please feed that back to us. We don't mind criticism at all. So please, please feed that back to us. From me, if there are no questions, it's a massive, massive thank you for all the work you're doing around the world. We really do appreciate it. And it's a massive, massive request to help us, to help me deliver 8 non-European teams to the World Cup in Amsterdam and Brussels in 2026. I know that is a major challenge to you all, but please let's do everything we can to make that happen so it is a World Cup in the full meaning of the word. And hopefully that will inspire more nations to have a go and allow hockey to enrich the lives of this community. Thanks everybody, and thank you all for late nights, early mornings all around the globe, and I'll catch you soon, I hope. All the best.